Hey folks, this is Vagrant. Welcome back to Killer Frequency. In the last video, we headed outside for the first time, and then we found a creepy murder room in the janitor's closet. Now, is the janitor the killer? I mean, he had all this. He's clearly involved. Or is the janitor themselves already dead? Are they being framed? Or are they just having their space used by the real killer? Who knows? As someone pointed out, I didn't notice this at all when I was walking around outside yesterday. But as one of you so kindly pointed out in the comment section, if you go back and check the timestamp, it'll be in the comments of the last video, there is actually a person standing beyond the fence watching and looking at me whilst I was walking around outside, and I thankfully didn't notice it. So, yeah.
Here's some music while we regroup here on KFAM 189.16, The Stream.
I get the new song. Where is it? It's that one, right? No. That one.
There's gotta be more in the basement to show us who Clive is targeting. And if that's the case, we can get ahead of him. Stop the killings before they can happen. Forrest, we need to go back down.
By we, you mean me, right?
Yep. Like I said, I need to handle all these calls. Maybe start with that creepy mannequin room you mentioned before. I still have a lot of questions about those, by the way.
Me too.
What calls, Peggy? What calls, Peggy? What calls are you talking about, Peggy? Peggy? There are no calls, Peggy. You know I can see, right? I don't think she's... It's funny, like, my only real reason to suspect she may be involved is because she's there. Because she exists. I think it's a fairly natural reaction when playing any murder mystery or horror game or just anything like this to kind of suspect everyone. Oh, look at the kitty cats! To kind of... Oh, God, no. To kind of suspect everyone, you know? Alright. No, thank you, game music. I didn't really need that that change in tone. I do not remember where this is. It's not this way. Can I play that in the corner? Did I ever try? What is it? Midnight Axe. This feels like the kind of thing that... Oh. Out of order. Oh, you cheeky little blighters. It feels like the kind of thing a lot of games would let me play. I'm a little disappointed. Used to play Golden Axe all the time back in the day. That was my absolute childhood.
So many locked doors, so few keys.
I do not remember where this room is. None of these three. Didn't I come in from here? Do I have to go back the other way? I'm going to go back through the other door again. Right, I'm going to go back... Oh, yes, of course, it's down in the basement. Right, so, yeah, it wasn't there. There was somebody watching me from... I think it was here on the right. No, it's not here on the right. Okay, no mind. It must have been there. It must have been where that red fence was over there. Part of me's like, well, now I should look around more, you know, just in case they're still there. And the other part of me's like, well, no, because A, I'm not sure I want to see that. Oh, actually, I think it was down here on the left. And B, yeah, they were there. They were there. The fact that they're not there is much worse. Because if they're not, it's kind of like when there's a massive spider in your room. I don't mind spiders at all, but I don't really want them on me, you know? I really don't like that they've done this. It's right stick to crouch, not left stick, and that makes me sad. It's better to know where it is, you know? I'd rather know where the spider is at all times, rather than have it disappear on me. I don't like that I just had a loading screen. I don't like anything that's happening. Oh god, right, let's have a look around.
A key? Was this always here? I must have missed it when I brought everything upstairs.
No, come on now. Come on, that was not there. Unless it was behind the board, yeah. I guess I didn't move the board myself. Can I just go back to answering the radio, please? It feels like such a fun, wholesome time now. Is it this one, do you reckon?
Hey, Forrest!
Oh!
Peggy, give me some warning before yelling down the intercom.
Goddamn, Peggy.
Sorry. Buzz the intercom when you find something and want to discuss it.
I don't want to discuss anything. I just want... Why are the mousetraps? There's too many mousetraps. I feel like the Rat King is coming. Okay, what have we got here? We've got a tape.
Peggy, I've found a tape and a map down here.
A map of what?
Looks like it might be to somewhere in this storage area.
Weird. Well, maybe the tape will give us more information. Give it a play.
Is there a tape player? If there is, I don't see it. Am I losing my mind? Always possible. Always a possibility. What is this? It's there, isn't it? It's here, I think. I think it's here. Maybe the tape opens the door magically? I think I'm meant to put it down here. I don't think I'm meant to take it back upstairs. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't want to go all the way upstairs with the bloody tape, and it turns out I'm an idiot, though. So I'm just going to make sure, because there are things in the room. Here we are. You're the Dickens. How do I pop you open? Come on, baby. There we go. He's a good girl. I really I don't like that. Oh.
After a night out drinking. Was it actually Clive? Has Clive really been the whistling man for that long?
He says I need to follow the maps and find the tapes. I guess that's what this map is about.
I think we need to see what else is hidden down here. Be careful, Forrest. Keep looking. Buzz the intercom when you found something.
It's a lot easier for you to say than it is for me to say. Is that the intercom? Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, they said there's a map, but the map is just the map. The map is no different than the other maps. You feel me? I'm sure this is something. Right? I've never opened this door, actually. Let me have a... Oh, right. Okay. So I thought they were being tricksy and they'd put different things on the shelves, but actually I think it does match. However, I don't know where I've put the piece of paper. Where's that little piece of paper gone? There might be some trial and error involved in this in just a moment, because I have got no idea where that sheet has gone. Oh well, it's in here somewhere. Ah. Just gotta keep talking. Everything's fine if I keep talking. Okay. So there's a little... Stop doing that. There's a little metal stand thing in a corner somewhere. Okay. Oh, this got real ass on it. God damn. What the heck? This just keeps on going.
Additionally, there appears to be a post-mortem injury to the arm. looks like it was trapped in a car door.
I wonder if I've missed any of those. Let me just have a little poke around. I'm going to live in a world where I'm safe. Oh, there we go.
Preliminary toxicology results shows no signs of inebriation. However, a high amount of cortisol was found, indicating elevated levels of stress in the immediate moments before death.
Okay. Let's have a little poke just in case I missed one of those. Yeah.
Small lacerations to arms, legs, and face, typically obtained by running through foliage. Severe blistering to the feet, as though the deceased had been running without stopping.
I wonder if this is Oh, thank you. Whoever, someone pointed out how the walker thing would have made sense. I can't remember what you said anymore, but it did clear it up for me.
Time of autopsy is 7 a.m. Cause of death is asphyxiation from drowning. The degree of rigor mortis indicates that the subject has been deceased for 5 hours. That puts the time of death.
Okay, well, we all heard. So as I say, they all heard he died drunk in the lake. Now the autopsy's clearly not backing that up. Why would they be running so fearfully? The high levels of stress, the blisters and all of that. Why would they be doing that if they just drowned? If they were just drunk and they just fell into the lake, right? That wouldn't be the case. Your cortisol may raise, you know, even if you're drunk, you're still going to fight to not drown. But it definitely suggests they were chased through the woods instead. The question is, the autopsy clearly backs that up. The autopsy clearly does not suggest accidental death via drowning. So why would the autopsy hide the truth? Why would the results be obscured unless whoever they suspected did it wanted it to be covered up? Oh, hello.
It is the coroner's opinion that the subject likely
This has to be important.
and was chased, resulting in a fall from a height into a body of water, where he hit his head, was knocked out, and drowned. Following that, he was moved.
Dr. Sullivan, we need to have a talk. Is that recording? Shut it off.
Well, there you go. Right, let's have a look at this. How do I hide that? Okay. The report of investigation by County Medical Examiner. Oh, no, that's my phone trying to talk to me. Stop. Resist. Phone, stop. Don't want to try Gemini, for God's sake. The deceased is Caucasian male, age 18. The cause of death is established to be drowning, as shown by signs of asphyxiation. Abrasions were found on the knuckles from getting into fights in the past. Matches with known history of the deceased being aggressive. No other injuries observed, and from the coroner's opinion, there's no evidence of foul play. Additionally, the preliminary toxicology report indicated the deceased had a high level of alcohol in their blood. Of the coroner's opinion that the deceased went swimming while intoxicated, resulting in this drowning. Virginia Sullivan marked as an accident. At 9 PM as well, which is not when he died, right? Didn't he die at 2 AM? Am I misremembering that? I didn't really bother to think about that through. I'm sorry I made you do this, Virginia. So, yeah. It's a cover-up. And now he's reaping revenge on those who obscured his death, inverted commas, or maybe he's related, or I don't know, I guess we'll find out.
If you're listening to this, then I'm probably dead.
What the?
I'm a man who likes to stay informed. I've got subscriptions to newspapers all over the country. A few weeks ago, I noticed headlines cropping up in those papers, one after the other. Each headline about a murder. Each murder, the death of someone I knew almost 20 years ago. And each one drawing closer to Gallows Creek. Drawing closer to the anniversary. none of us are innocent, but I don't think we deserve killing. All I hope now is that I can save some folk from the worst. That I can. I don't know. Do something to make up for what I did back then, I guess. I didn't kill anyone, mind you, but that's past mattering. Now, there's more I could say, that I should say, but my employer made it clear that my family would pay a high price if I ever spoke out. So, hopefully I've said enough for you, listener, whoever the hell you are, to start putting the truth together.
What the hell? Peggy is not going to believe this.
Now, this is a video game. So what that means is, when you get to the end of the long corridor and you pick up all the vital documents, you die on the way back. That's how video games work, right? So this suggests to me, this is just my kind of guess based on what we're hearing, that someone out there, whoever was trying to cover up this death way back when, is using... And I think this is something, alright, we'll talk about that in a second, but is using the Whistling Man as a kind of a cover-up for eliminating the people involved, in a way, I guess, or eliminating people who may spill the truth about what happened. It would suggest a politician. Oh, right. Oh, yes, alright, I need to talk on the, yes.
What have you found, Forrest?
It's an autopsy tape. Doesn't say for who, but I think it must be for George.
Stop door.
Poor George. He was so young.
Something's bugging me, Peggy.
What do you mean?
I swear I recognize the voice of the woman talking on the tape. I just can't place it.
Seriously? Do you think you've met her before?
I don't know. I mean, I just got here recently. I don't know. Found another tape. It talks more about how George died.
What did it say?
It sounds like he was running for his life. Sprinting through trees and bushes, getting cut up all over.
What would drive someone to do that?
I'm not sure yet. There's also a tape about a toxicology report. There were no signs of drinking or that he was on anything.
What? But everyone said he went swimming drunk and drowned. It was in the newspaper and everything.
I found a written autopsy report.
What does it say?
According to that, it's just like you said at the start. George drowned after getting drunk. Said he liked to fight, too.
But that contradicts the tape.
I know. And I think I know why. There's a note with the report that says, "I'm sorry I made you do this, Virginia."
If it was on the autopsy report, then Virginia must be our coroner. Wait, the caller from earlier, when we had to call the takeout restaurants, wasn't her name Virginia?
We need to call her back once we finish down here. It looks like she might know something about what's going on. I found a tape that introduces a new detail to the story. Post-mortem injury. Apparently, his arm got caught in a car door.
A car door?
Yeah, after he died. How do you suppose they can tell?
How can they tell? I'm a radio producer, not a coroner.
In another tape, the coroner comes to the same conclusion as I did. George was running from something.
Maybe an animal?
Maybe, but then there's this next bit, where the coroner thinks he was moved post-death.
Moved the body? How weird.
At the end of the tape, someone burst in and demanded Virginia stop recording. I think it was Clive.
This is starting to make sense now. This is a conspiracy to cover up what happened to George.
I think I found Clive's last recording. I think Clive might be gone.
Gone?
I found a confession. Not for any killings, but for playing a part in covering up George's death. He left this behind in case he died. He hoped someone would find it.
Do you think the Whistling Man already got him?
Possibly. We've had a lot of callers tonight, but maybe not every victim made it to the phone, you know? We don't know how many there really are.
Christ, Forrest, that's dark.
I know, but Clive said he had read about other murders in other towns, and that the murders were all folks who knew about the incident. And the killings were getting closer to Gallows Creek. He said he wanted to do something good for once.
The board in his office. He wasn't tracking people down to kill them. He was tracking them down to save them. Ugh, why didn't he just come out with all of this?
He said his employer threatened his family if he spoke out about any of it.
His employer? The one who orchestrated the cover-up? Oh, Clive. I'm sorry for thinking you'd killed all those people. Do you think you found everything?
I think so.
Forrest, what's going on here?
Someone wanted that boy's death to seem like an accident. And they hired Clive to make it look that way.
Come back upstairs when you're ready. We need to figure out our next step.
Oh, thank God, it teleported me. Whew, I was not excited to open that door, let me tell you.
Thank God you're back, Forrest. I've been running out of stuff to pad our airtime with.
Peggy, you work in radio.
Forrest, I'm stressed. I mean, really, how are we supposed to keep a show going with all this happening?
What's this one? Woodside Apartments. I don't think we ever did anything with Woodside Apartments. Not yet, anyway. Beats me.
Beats me. But we gotta do it and we're going to.
You're right. So, what's the plan now?
I think we should call Virginia back.
All right, I'll get her on the line. Okay, Forrest, shut the music off.
I'm on it.
Hello again, Gallows Creek. This is Forrest Nash. We're circling closer to the truth behind tonight's events. To this end, we're calling back one of our earlier callers, Virginia Sullivan.
Fredman Plunker here? Who's this? Is it you? Goose.
Plunker, hey, it's the radio man, Forrest Nash.
Radio Man? What's up?
Solving mysteries, saving lives. The huge.
Right on.
Plunker, what are you doing at Virginia's house?
She asked if we could stay to keep an eye out for that whistling turd. So we're hanging out, bro.
Well, that's big of you, Plunker.
No, it's nothing.
Can I speak to Virginia?
Sure thing, Radio Man. I'll just go get her. Who is this?
Hey, Virginia, it's Forrest. I'm glad you're still okay.
Oh, Forrest. Sorry, I'm still jumpy.
Don't be sorry. You've been through a lot.
I'm so sorry this happened to you, Virginia.
I thought I was. I thought...
Easy. We're not calling to talk about earlier. We're calling because we think you can help us understand why this is happening tonight.
Me? What would I know?
Does the name Clive mean anything to you?
Clive? No. I don't know that name. What are you asking about this for?
You mentioned that name earlier when you called us the first time.
I don't know what I said then. I was petrified, Forrest.
Clive's the janitor at our station, and we know you spoke to him in the past.
Forrest, please. You don't know what you're doing. He'll come for me.
Virginia, it's okay. Clive won't be coming after you.
We think Clive's dead.
Dead? But isn't he? He's the whistling man, Forrest.
I mean, like, I know Virginia is wrong in this case. She's suspicious about the wrong person. But is this the kind of thing we should be doing on a public radio station?
We found evidence to the contrary.
But
It's true.
And we found your autopsy reports for George Barrow.
how? I saw him destroy them.
Well, he didn't. I don't know if he kept them or made copies or what, but We found them, and we know it's related to what's happening tonight, which is why we called you. Why did you write a false report?
All right. One day, I came into work to find a boy on my slab. And as I finished the autopsy, this man, Clive, he just burst in. And he started making demands to give over the reports, to falsify what I found. Of course I said no. But, well, when someone wants to make you do something, they can use the carrot or the stick. For me, he used both. You see, my sister is sick. She has a chronic condition that's never going away. It's expensive to treat, and it was getting to where I couldn't afford it. And Clive promised me that his employer would pay for my sister's treatment if I did what he said, and that if I ever spoke about this, he'd beat me to within an inch of my life.
Jesus,
I don't
Clive.
know why he had me do it, but my sister needed me. You have to understand. She needed me.
We understand.
That's an interesting one. I mean, it's funny to think about, because in a way, there's no real reason you should prioritize your... God, last saved 1,116 seconds ago. There's no real reason you should prioritize your family in that situation. You're doing something illegal, you're obviously covering something up, you're probably leading to quite a lot of harm. But when it's your family who needs protecting, when it's your family who needs help, you're kind of willing to do that nonsense anyway, right? You're kind of willing to break the law, to falsify reports. And yeah, okay, she did something bad, inverted commas, but did she really? Is what she did morally wrong? I think if it was just the carrot, if it was just do this and we'll help your sister, there's alternatives, right? You can go to the police, you can get things done in other ways. If it's do this and we'll help your sister, don't do this and I'll beat you to within an inch of your life, suddenly you think, well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I was in her situation, I would probably do the same, so I can't really judge her, I don't think. I wouldn't trust someone if someone said they were going to beat me up, I would try to beat them up instead, but that's neither here nor there. Clive sounds like a scary guy.
Thank you, Virginia. That was brave.
God, I just want this nightmare to end.
This will help end it, Virginia. Thank you.
Stay safe, Virginia.
So who's the employer is the question.
So...
Also, I have a theory, I'm just going to put it out right now, because, you know, just from a history of watching crime things in general, that the most likely answer to me is that it's the guy, that politician, you know, the cheesy politician who runs the town, inverted commas, who keeps popping up on the tapes, and who called in a couple of times. I'm not saying he's the killer. I'm saying that maybe he is involved somehow and is, you know, he's up for an election and he's trying to protect his image, and he can't have people sort of unveiling what he's done in the past. It's very, you know, typical.
Virginia is tied up in all of this.
Clive threatened her to keep quiet about George's death. But for who? Why cover up these details?
I don't know.
Maybe we could have called Sandra, see what she knew.
Who's Sandra? I can't remember who Sandra is.
I'm sorry we didn't save her.
It's not
They all survived except the first. She must have been the second one.
your fault. Looks like we've got a call coming in.
Right, I'm gonna have to end it here, unfortunately. I can get through to another save. It's fine, let's go.
Welcome to 189.16, The Scream, with me, your host, Forrest Nash.
Hi, Forrest. I know this is really out of the blue with everything happening tonight,
What's his name again?
but I wondered if you could send a special birthday message to my uncle.
You want to do that now? Really?
Why? Of course now. It's his birthday. I won't have a chance to do it again until next year.
May as well, Forrest.
Fine. What's his name?
Thank you, Forrest. He's my Uncle Ronnie. His first name's Peter, but he never liked his name. But since he always had salt and pepper hair, even as a kid, can you believe it? Folks always called him Pepper.
Thanks for the history lesson. Is there anything besides happy birthday you would like to say to Mr. Pepper? Oh my god damn it!
Yes! Tell him he can get the best birthday deals and party packages here at Putney's Pizza. Starting at just...
You son of a bitch! Stop calling us! God damn it, Peggy, this is your fault.
My fault?
I said I didn't want to do it.
Don't blame me because Brian Ponte can't control himself.
Ah.
Don't worry. We've already got another caller on the line. Just pick it up, okay?
Oh, Ponte. I mean, like, how did he not instantly know what was going on?
This is 189.16, The Scream. I'm Forrest Nash. You're on the air, caller. Caller. Ponte.
Ponte's Pizza always delivers! Come rain or sleet or whistling man, we'll be there!
Forrest? Forrest? Are you okay? Forrest?
I hope the whistling man gets him with his own pizza slicer.
Jesus, Forrest?
Sorry, that was too much.
It's okay. It's been a high-stress night. Don't worry about him anymore, okay? Not for tonight, anyway. I think he's spent for now. We've got another call, whenever you're ready.
Okay, now we'll end it. I think we must be somewhat in the end game of this. I don't know how long's left, maybe an episode or two. You know, I don't know, but I suspect we are. Yeah, revelatory video today. This was the first time, like, the game kind of started off and the first few hours were all very much the same sort of thing, and I really enjoyed it, but it didn't really mix things up. And now, obviously, yesterday we went outside and we saw the thing for the first time, and now this is all kicking off. You know, it's things are happening, things are changing. How will it end? We'll find out very soon on Killer Frequency with Forrest Nash. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. If you did see someone watching me in the darkness, please don't tell me. Thanks for joining me. Cheers much as always. Bye-bye.